So welcome guys to this, basically the BPL team of the weekend. Now, as you know, a lot of the teams played, and a lot of the teams did succeed in the way that they played, the way that they passed the ball around and stuff like that. They won, something like that. But there were players that stood out a lot, and I got this information from Sky Sports and some from myself. So this is the team. So we have Rob Elliott in goals. It's not the greatest picture in the world. I don't know why it's gone all blurry. Scott Dann there, as you can see. Glenn Johnson, Dyer, Rose, Howson, Dembele, Ali there, Lingard, who was a potential factor in the Man United win over West Brom, Jamie Vardy, the inform man, and Harry Kane. So I'm going to explain all of them and why I've chose them to put them into the team. Rob Elliott, to start off with. Rob Elliott was absolutely fucking fantastic on Saturday against Bournemouth. Bournemouth had 20 shots on goal. They didn't score from any of them, and that was all because of that man right there, Rob Elliott. He was an absolute tank on Saturday. And I don't usually like Newcastle because my brother loves them, but I've got to say, the Newcastle team, they didn't perform well, but the goalkeeper did. He really did show what he was made of, and I think he will be playing at the next weekend because it's the international break. So, Glenn Johnson now. The reason why I've put this guy into it is because the great defending he done against Chelsea and stuff like that. Well, he didn't do like too much into the game, but he was a key factor. So yeah. Now we have Scott Dann, one of the best players of the weekend. I've got to say, Scott Dann was amazing, and yeah, he did score the winning goal at Anfield, which gave Crystal Palace the 2-1 win over Liverpool, and that was another key factor in which Scott Dann played very, very well. Liverpool did score, but Scott Dann did really have a really, really good game, and that's why I've put him in to the squad. Now, the bit of the dilemma that I had, right? Like I know that there's formations and stuff like that that has 3 centre mids in it, but I just couldn't be bothered switching it. So what I've done is, see how Dyer's got a centre back card. He hasn't got a central defensive head card, which I basically think he should have because I've saw him play like as a centre back, and I don't think he's very good, but he did play well as a centre mid yesterday against Arsenal. Now, it says Dyer. Well, if you go into Sky Sports and in the Premier League weekend grades, it says Dyer, Dembele and Ali, they all linked up well. So Dyer, Dembele and Ali were the key factors in which Tottenham actually won, and Danny Rose the goal scorer there. But we'll get back to them. But Dyer wasn't a key factor. Neither was Dembele, but like Ali got the hand of the match, so that's why I've put him in. But some of these players on here are man of the matches, but we'll get back to them. So Dyer's a great passer of the ball, and he really did show that against Arsenal yesterday. Clear cut passes, and I think that's what Pochettino wanted him to do. Danny Rose, the goal scorer of Tottenham's goal yesterday in the North London derby. Danny Rose was and I really, really like this guy as well. Danny Rose is a fantastic player. He's got the same pace as Luke Shaw, like in the game. So that's not really why I like him so much. But Danny Rose scored yesterday. He's a bit of a weird goal scorer, but he did score, and that's why I put him into the team. It's the same reason with Johnny Howson from Norwich there. Johnny Howson was absolutely brilliant there against Swansea. He scored the goal which gave them the 1-0 victory at Carroll Road against Swansea. And he really did show his class. Really, really good. Did. Now on to Dembele. He was brilliant against Arsenal yesterday. Same as Dyer. Really good clear-cut passes were made by the two central midfielders yesterday, and the way it extended to passing the ball to Harry Kane and him scoring. That was why Tottenham got that 1-0 draw yesterday, is because of clear shooting, the clear passing and everything. So yeah, now we go on to another Tottenham player, Dele Alli. He was amazing yesterday. He didn't score, but he got the man of the match. So that's why I've put him into the team. He was absolutely brilliant. And yeah, that's it basically. Now we're on to one of my favourite players in the squad, Jesse Lingard. What a brilliant player he was on Saturday against West Brom at Old Trafford. He was absolutely amazing. And I think if he plays some really good football in the next few weeks, I think that Louis van Gaal will have a real serious starting team difficulty, because he's got Depay, he's got Mata, he's got Jesse Lingard there, as we're talking about just now. And so yeah, he's got a very big dilemma there if Jesse Lingard keeps on playing good and everything. So yeah. Now we go on to who has been my favourite striker of the Premier League so far, Jamie Vardy. He has scored in every single Premier League match so far. He scored 10 goals in his last 10 games, and that's why I've picked him for this particular squad. He is an absolute beast. He scored again on Saturday against Watford, and it was a brilliant finish from the penalty spot. And Mahrez was very nice to give him the penalty, to give him his 10th goal. So yeah, very, very well done to Jamie Vardy. Now we go on to the final player. This player is amazing. You can't fault